looks a mess.
I have a feeling like we're gonna have to get some of those mines and blow up the watchtower with the petrol.
Hey, you there, young lady.
What is it?
What are you still doing on the streets?
Is it curfew already?
In 20 minutes. You have accommodation?
I'm sleeping on the beach this evening, if that's allowed.
It's not. Curfew means you have to stay in your house. If you don't have anywhere to stay, I'll lock you up.
Oh, I understand. Where could I find accommodation quickly then?
Most of the fishermen have guest rooms. I advise you to get on with it right away.
Good evening, Captain. Surely there isn't a problem with this pretty foreign girl.
She does not have accommodation.
Elengi?
Oh, my. Then we have to help the poor girl. I can't allow such a charming person to spend the night in a grim police station, Captain.
Thanks very much, but I'm sorting myself out. If I can do it in time for the curfew.
Oh, yes, the curfew. You can't go blaming the good Captain Pakele about that. But he is very strict about it. Pakele, don't be a beast and give the girl some leeway, will you?
Yes, sir.
Good night, Captain. Good night, young lady. Maybe we'll meet again.
You can hardly knot around here, it seems. And thank you, Mr. He's nice. Who was that?
Now just make sure you find somewhere to stay.
Is it too late to say I just want to get locked up at the police station for the night? Like, I'm good with that. I'm fine. I'll take the police station. It's fine.
Hey, it's me again. Listen, Alfred. I've got another question. I'm a little uncomfortable asking.
You need somewhere to stay, don't you? It'll be curfew any time now, and you can't stay here on the beach.
Yes, exactly. Perhaps you know someone.
You can stay at my place.
Oh, that's really nice of you. I'll pay you, of course. Wait, I can give you...
Keep your money. Better give it to a good cause instead.
I think I can promise you that.
You have to go.
Just a minute. I still have to make a phone call.
Then I'll go on ahead. Third house up the street, on the right.
I'll find it. And then you'll have to tell me more.
Third house on the right. Third on right. Just writing that down, just in case. We wanted to make a phone call.
Mike, are you there?
Yep, we're here. We're trying to rustle up a boat, but it's not so easy. None of the tubs we've seen so far would even get us to the next buoy. How's it going with you? You found anything out yet?
Mike, this Elengi is a total nutter. I've been talking to a fisherman. He's told me some real horror stories. The waters around the island are mined. You won't get through so easily.
That doesn't sound so good. Do you know what kind of mines they are?
Not yet. I'll try and find out though. Mike?
Yeah?
It all feels a bit weird here to me. The island looks like a paradise, but the regime is hellish.
Do you think the McBride is still alive then?
I'm not so sure anymore.
Do you want to get out?
I can't give up that quickly.
That's your decision.
No, it's about doing the right thing, isn't it?
Huh. Well, which one of us knows what that is?
How are you getting on with Bernard?
How should we be getting on? We don't talk much.
Mike, you have to.
I don't have to do anything. He's a pig.
Stop it. How is anything supposed to get changed in this world if we three can't even get on with each other?
How's the world supposed to change if one of the three of us is happy to leave things as they are?
He made a mistake, Mike.
Yeah, of course he did. Maybe this Elengi has just made a mistake too.
That's not the same thing, and you know it.
Sure it's the same. Maybe it's time you admitted that to yourself.
Should we just quit this job?
It's the last one we're doing anyway.
You say that like we've lost already.
Have you already thought about what we're going to do if we ever get away from here? Here's Bernie. We'll talk again tomorrow, okay?
So, Madam, if you're not going to disappear immediately back to your accommodation,
Okay, okay. I'm on my way.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Ooh, that looks a mess.
Yeah, let's go.
Thank you, Alfred. You really are a treasure. It was a very informative evening.
I hope you find your friend. If you need anything while you're here, come to me at any time. And remember what I told you about the mines. Be careful.
Yes, of course. I have my boys. They'll look after me. I have to go now. See you again later, perhaps.
Did she just tell him the entire plan, like the entire shebang about who she's here with and what she's doing and why she's really on this island? Like, girl, you seem way too trusting. You should not be, like... You should not be doing this.
There he is again. He seems to be patrolling round. Oh, that stinky petrol. It's unbearable and highly inflammable.
That wasn't here before.
Particularly strongly here. The pump is pretty close to the watchtower. Nice and gloomy. Filled to the brim with petrol. When he gets behind there, I'll have a few seconds free of him.
Oh, whoops. Where's my cursor? I hate that every time this guy comes around, the cursor just keeps on disappearing. We just got mines lying around like nothing.
Contact mine. You could do a lot with that, if you laid it in the right place.
Oh my god. We are going to blow up the watchtower.
God, I need to be careful with the thing. I've got to get rid of it as soon as possible. And I already know where.
Girl, where did you put that? Where? This... It's a mine like the size of her head. Where did she put that? Oh my god. Oh. Soldier. Yeah.
Now.
Jeans pocket, yeah. I can tell you, no woman's pants have
There was a fire
pockets
here,
that big.
the whole petrol station would go up. And take the watchtower with it too.
Let's save the game because I have a feeling like we're about to do something really stupid.
If that thing went up, it'd make some really pretty fireworks. But how could you ignite it? Maybe Alfred can help me. and I'll give Mike a call tonight.
You really just want to leave that there for several hours? Ma'am, it's a watchtower. I'm pretty sure at least one of those soldiers is gonna come by to the watchtower and check what's happening there.
So, who we got here then? The pretty English girl. Come here a minute. Let's have a little chat.
Look, my savior from yesterday.
Oh, Catherine, you are so stupid.
Good evening. So, how are you? Do you go for a walk every evening?
I do. My doctor has recommended it. The old bones need a little exercise, eh? And you? Are you having a nice time here with us? Did everything go okay with the accommodation?
Yes, everything's fine. It's really interesting here, and the beach is wonderful. Only with all of the soldiers, it's a bit unnerving.
Well, yes, I know. I don't especially like the military. All the shouting orders, the dreary uniforms they march in, soldiers are simply boring. But we need them. History has taught us that much.
Oh, you've got some nerve. Just watch out that those over there don't give you any trouble.
I don't think so, little girl. Tell me, what brings you here? A young girl here from England on her own? That's brave. Unusual.
Oh, well, you know, I just kind of set off. Rather spontaneous. I'm looking for something, you could say.
Ah, my word. Looking for something. Aren't we all? And what are you looking for then? For knowledge? Recognition? Friends? Life's big goal?
A bit of each, I guess.
Yes, I can understand that. That's what bonds us. What do you do in England? Study?
I've already done that. Art and art history.
Oh, well then. You must certainly have some excellent job prospects.
Exactly. There's nothing in my way for a successful career in the industry.
Ah, you're young. You've got plans for sure. What are you going to do with all the studying? What are you going to do with your life?
Yes, well, I still have to find that out. And you, what do you do? You seem to be a man who commands some respect here.
You know what, little lady? I'd very much like to show you. My
No,
house isn't far from here.
no.
Would you like to visit? I'm inviting you to dine with me.
Oh,
No.
that's really nice of you,
No,
but
no.
I don't know if
Please, you can rest assured that I'm just a harmless old fool who would just like to chat and show off his house.
No, 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 no.
well then, that makes the offer irresistible.
Come
No.
on then. Here we are,
I say this
Your
as somebody.
house.
my modest abode. Please,
Does that mean
calm. We can chat more while we eat.
Oh my god.
that's overwhelming? But it's way cool. It's got a cable car. Your architect really went to town.
Come, my dear. We have to take the cable car. It does sway a little.
Please just let me save.
Wow,
You like it?
very much. It's just amazing. Can I have a look around?
But of course,
Well, you're already having a look
Please.
around, but
ask me if you want to know anything. I'm going to sit a while.
can I save now? Please? Yes. Okay. So, for context, I love traveling by myself. I love traveling to foreign countries by myself. And I've traveled to a bunch of places that were not entirely safe. I have been on buses that had armed police guarding them twice. I have watched somebody getting dragged out by the military out of one of these buses right in front of me once. I have been in places where you have a uniformed soldier on every corner, and where if you even so much as take a photo of what's around, you will get somebody very grim coming up to you and saying, hey, don't do that. Delete this photo right now and then move along. I have also, at one point, when I went to, when I went to Turkey, I was there to go to a concert, and they changed the concert venue last minute. So instead of being like 30 minutes walking from my hotel, it was like an hour with the tram. And the tram was no longer going by the time the concert was over. The entire parking lot was packed. There were no taxis to be had. I took somebody up on the offer to drive me back to my hotel. Complete stranger. So I have done some stupid shit, okay? I would not have walked into this villa with this guy. Because he's just sus as fuck. Catherine, you stupid idiot. And I have done stupid things in stupid places, like I said, but Catherine, really? What the fuck? This guy is totally a Lengi, and we are about to get murdered and hung in an art gallery. Yep.
Where do these stairs go to?
Oh, that's the access to my landing pad. I have a helicopter, you know.
Your very own helicopter. Now that's cool. In case you need to leave quickly, then?
Yes, it is. In my position, that can happen faster than you think.
You still haven't told me what you do.
You guessed already? Or possibly not?
You're Rayla Alengi, this republic's president.
Does that disturb you?
No, not really. Should it?
No. As long as we're not enemies.
Ah, now that sounds rather sinister. You have a lot of enemies, don't you?
Oh yes, a lot. My life has always been defined by struggle.
And don't you want that to stop?
Yes, I would like it to stop. But I didn't go looking for my enemies. They came looking for me. If I want peace from them, I not only have to fight them, I have to win.
I guess I should have looked at everything else first.
This map here, does it show the island?
Yes, precisely. Although it's one of the oldest maps, it's also one of the best. Strange, isn't it?
And these little symbols, they look like they've been drawn in at a later date.
You're very curious, little Tracy.
That's what my ex-boyfriend always used to say.
And what did you reply?
Well, that I'm just interested.
Interested? Of course. I've just had the minefield added to the map. The one we had laid around the island. It would be rather stupid if I had to leave the island by sea and didn't know myself where I should be sailing.
That's true. So why did you have everywhere mined here?
Oh, yes. Well, we didn't want to wake up one morning to find a whole British or American army standing on the beach.
And what would they want? There really isn't much here.
You're very amusing. You're also correct. If I wasn't here, then there wouldn't be anything at all. And there are people that really do wish for that.
Do you live in fear of that?
Of course I know fear. Not to know fear is to be an idiot. Bravery is recognizing your fear and knowing how to tame it.
I've already heard that.
Most definitely. The advantages of a humanistic European education.
No, actually we heard it from Odila. Because he said pretty much the same thing. We already looked at that. Can we actually leave? Oh, wait.
This curtain is beautiful. What's behind it? Can I look?
After we've eaten, perhaps.
Ooh, a secret, yes?
Exactly that.
The excitement's unbearable already.
Be patient.
I get the feeling like that's his
Have
human
you seen
gallery.
enough, little Tracy?
Honestly, I could look around here for hours on end.
I like you. Your interest is genuine. You don't come across that so often.
Oh, thank you.
The compliment needn't make you feel uncomfortable. You must surely be hungry.
I'm starving. I didn't think you were going to ask again.
Oh dear, I really am a monster. Come, let's sit at the table and I'll have something brought to us.
The horror part of the House of Horrors, yes. Exactly.
Please.
That was good. You must pass my compliments on to the chef. The black dumplings, what were they made from?
You like them?
Human
And
bones,
how?
probably.
From scarab beetles. Delicious, yes? Nonsense. They were truffles. You really must have a terrible picture of me.
Whew, you gave me a bit of shock there.
You thought I'd do that?
No. Yes. Oh, I don't know. I hardly know you.
What do you know about me, little Tracy? I have the feeling it's more than you're telling.
What makes you think that?
I feel it. Are you afraid of me?
No. A little, perhaps.
You've read where I come from. You know what this republic here is about.
Well, yes. I read a few things before I came out here.
And do you believe what you've read about me?
I'm not sure.
Then ask. Ask away and I'll answer all your questions. Everyone.
I was going to say, sarcastically, do you actually use people's blood for paintings? And look what our first option is. We can ask about paintings. Like, I was not being serious, but oh my god. Okay, let's go.
I did read that you were an art collector,
Yes.
Oh boy.
but I hardly see any pictures in your house.
Hey, you're a good observer. There are pictures in this house. I've only been collecting for a few years, but my collection is unique.
So, how do you collect? Particular periods? Particular artists?
Oh, first of all, I collected without any kind of system. Before the coup took place in our country, my only criterion was that a picture should please me.
That's a good principle.
That it is. But then I became more selective.
Uh-huh. And, like, how?
Did you know that in our country, we believe that every picture has a soul? And not only the one that you might see of the person in the picture, but also a soul that belongs to the owner of the picture itself. There is always a spiritual connection between the picture and its owner.
That's a very beautiful concept, and not so far removed from one I have myself.
Once upon a time, I never really paid much heed to this belief. I used to find pictures either beautiful or ugly. It was a superficial way of looking at them.
And now?
And now, I collect the ones which give me the deepest gratification. Do you understand that?
I don't know if I do exactly.
Let's leave it at that. These are strong feelings I'm talking about. Maybe even quite questionable ones. I wouldn't like to scare you.
Too late.
Look, now I'm scaring you again.
About your country, the old Republic of Surinawa.
Yes,
Enjoy the
What
cake, my
happened
guardian.
there? I mean, I have read a little of the history and,
I play a somewhat inglorious role.
well, yes.
Yes, I know. History is always written by the victors. That is the heart of the imperialist ideology.
And how does your version read?
Surinawa was always a very proud country. British colonial rule almost ruined it. The British plundered our mines, subjugated our people. They could hardly expect that there would be no revolt. When we became independent, the natural resources became ours once more. Precious metals, uranium, and ores gave us back our prosperity, and our republic became a rising African state. But then the colonial rulers returned, only this time in the form of mining corporations. This could have been the second expropriation, and I was not going to allow it. We defended our land with an iron fist against not only the invaders, but also against the many traitors and collaborators within our midst.
You had them killed.
We did what was necessary. We had the choice to either fight or suffer servitude for a second time.
You say that what you did was necessary. Do you also think that it was right?
What's necessary is also right, and what's right becomes necessary.
Perhaps.
Principles, my little Tracy, are important. Things that are necessary and right must also be done with severity and anger. And if it has to be so, with hate also, unrelenting and without pity, with resolve and burning with hatred, that's how we have to fight, in the service of truth and justice.
That sounds quite terrible.
The truth can be brutal and also painful. You can't always have it both ways, as many Europeans love to think. Sometimes the only option is to have one or the other, to decide for one thing and let the other thing go. You're not saying anything anymore, Tracy. I'm scaring you, and I don't want to do that.
I don't know what to say.
Because it sounds so awful?
No, not because of that, but because you sound like you could be right.
All of us have to decide. You, me, all of us. Life doesn't wait for us. It comes at us. And we have to decide.
So first of all, enjoy your cheesecake, my guardian. I hope it's delicious. Secondly, we are definitely getting murdered here tonight. This is not good.
Can I ask you something else?
But of course,
Why did you invite me here?
there are two answers. I don't like eating alone. That's one. I enjoy company. It's nice to have someone around.
So you're always alone then? You don't have a wife or any children?
I'm a warrior, Tracy.
But that doesn't mean...
Yes, it does. I once had a wife. Yes, and a daughter.
Where are they both now?
My
Dead.
wife left me after the government takeover. She found my methods unacceptable. She was weak. The fact that she went wasn't a loss to me. It was the right thing.
And your daughter?
I don't know where she's living. She turned against me many years ago now.
Good for them.
I don't have a daughter anymore. You understand?
Yes, I understand that completely.
It's not such a rare thing. I have a business partner. He has an armaments business. The situation is just the same with his daughter.
Oh, hi,
She's
Daddy.
become a criminal and hates him with a passion.
He's an arms manufacturer?
Perhaps that's why.
Yes, that's quite possible. What do you say to him?
I tell him to forget her.
Yes, maybe that's the only option. I have to think about all this. I'm tired.
Would you like to remain my guest for this evening?
No,
I
no,
don't know
no,
if that really...
no.
Would be right. But yes, don't think about it. You can sleep in my daughter's room.
I thought she'd left you.
Yes, but I've always kept a room for her in case she...
Wants to come back?